There are many different autoresponders on the internet. We're going to look at two in particular, Aweber and GetResponse. There are plenty of others though. If you search in Google for autoresponder service or software, you'll find many different types. This is Aweber. Aweber is one of the biggest and perhaps one of the best known. Many of the big marketers use it because it's very, very reliable. You see here it was founded in 1998. So it's been open for business for 11 years. It does very, very well, has over 61,000 current customers, so they're obviously earning a pretty penny. One of the big selling features of Aweber is the deliverability. They have a relationship with many of the big companies like Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail and many of the others to ensure that their messages get through. They do this by being very, very strict on spam, on content, quality and so on. So you can't join Aweber and start spamming people left, right and centre. They won't allow it. You can send messages out and earn from it. Now, before we start, let's look at the pricing. Just want to show you what the pricing is on Aweber, just so that you're aware. You can see here that it's $19 a month or $49 a quarter, or best value $194 a year. That's if you have up to 500 subscribers. Now if you want more, then it's an extra $10, $30, $50. The plan's down here. The idea is they give you a lot of extra services, a lot of help tracking your subscribers and targeting them, so you can really market well to people. The difficulty is, as you can see, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. However, by the time you're up to 500 subscribers, you should be easily making $19 a month, if not more, from them. By the time you're up to 2,500 subscribers, if you're not making $29 a month off your subscribers, you're doing something wrong. So it is actually reasonably good value, and for the deliverability and everything else that they give you, it's very, very good. So if we go back to the home page for a moment and just click here on the sign up for $1 offer. Now this may or may not be running when you watch this video. If not, you just sign up. We click on order and sign up through the usual processes. So you can see here it's going to be $1 for your first month and then $19 thereafter. So that's not too bad really, is it? That's a good way. You can give it a go. So the nice thing about this is you can start with Aweber. It will cost you $1 for your first month. You've got a month to make your $19 from your list and get it so that you're making that or more every single month. So fairly simple login form. Account login name. It's 15 characters long. Must include one letter. Very important you get this right. So just pick a name, something unique. Fill in all the other details here. Right down the bottom here. Aweber doesn't accept PayPal. They only accept credit cards. If you haven't got a credit card, you're going to struggle. It's going to be a problem. However, you can get prepaid credit cards and use one of those if you wanted to. It's the one downside of Aweber, is that they don't allow you to use PayPal. So let's look at, before we go and look on the inside, let's go over and look at another one. This is called GetResponse. GetResponse.com. Similar, again, they're very, very similar between the two. There's nothing, this offers a few additional features that Aweber hasn't got, but Aweber doesn't seem to think that they're very useful. It allows you to do video email marketing, take surveys, gives you lots of HTML templates, but to be perfectly honest, most people won't open a HTML message, and most browsers and other web tools don't display the images from HTML messages anyway. So to be honest, HTML message, bit of a waste of time. It's a gimmick really. So a lot of the features on here are different. Some of them, as I said, do strike me more gimmicky than Aweber. So let's have a look at the pricing just so you can see that. You can see here that if you've got up to 10 people on your list, it's not going to cost you a penny. But like Aweber, they have a tiered list. It's a bit cheaper than Aweber, not much, but it is a little bit cheaper. But again, you can start with a free one, and then you can move up as you get your subscribers. So that's kind of good, really. You can see here they have some options. It's free for you to create online surveys. You can upload your own video and audio to get response and include them in your newsletters. As I said, I mean, to be perfectly honest, most of this won't play in the newsletter. People have to go to a website to read it, and look, they can't even spell relationship right. And then of course you got prepay here. You can get a bit of a discount if you go for a year compared to if you pay for a month. You can see you can get a saving of $40. So if we go up to if I go up to this one and we scroll down, you'll see that actually we save $140. So it's effectively you get about 2 months free if you pay for the year. You get about a month and a half if you pay for 6 months. Okay, so that's the inside of here. Now if we go to the top and we sign up for free, you can see the sign up process. So there you are. You can see the form, login ID, password, your name, contact details, billing address, and then a capture at the bottom. Like PayPal, like Aweber, they don't take PayPal, they only take credit cards. However, you can start for free, so you could even go for them and you start no money down, basically. As soon as you get 10 people on your list, you're going to have to start paying, but you know, it doesn't really matter which way you choose. So that's the two. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up for a free account, and I'm going to show you the inside of GetResponse and just very quickly show you how you create a marketing campaign. Here's the main dashboard as you log in to GetResponse. And what you want to do is simply create a message and send it out. You can scroll down and you can see here your subscribers, how many are waiting to subscribe, and so on. So when you see this start to increase, you know it's time to upgrade your account. Simply done by the button right there. So if we scroll up, what we want to do is we want to hit create messages here. Now if you're sending out a newsletter, you'd create it here. If instead what you're doing is you're sending out a email campaign, a set of messages out to people, pre-selling a course or something like that, you'd create a follow-up. The follow-ups basically go out over a number of days, so that you may do a 7-part course, so once every other day for 14 days they get a message, or once every day for 7 days, or whatever it might be in the case of your particular course. Whichever it is, that's what you want to do. You can pick between HTML and plain text. Personally, I always send everything out in plain text. HTML, yeah, it looks good, but most browsers block the images anyway. I mean, I just went into my Gmail account to respond to the message they sent me to authenticate my account, and it was full of big square boxes with red X's in it where Gmail had blocked the images. So I always send everything out in plain text. You know it's going to get there. You know it's going to get read. I mean, yeah, you could spend time creating something that looks like this, but to be perfectly honest, most of the time it's not going to get read like that. It's just going to look a mess. I mean, I have on one email account, someone sends me HTML messages, which are great, and all it says is, can't read this, you're not using a HTML compatible browser. Please click here to read a newsletter online. If I wanted to read it online, I'd have gone online to read it. So pick which one you want to use. I said I tend to always use the plain text format. This is how you create a new follow-up message. You pick how many days after sign up you want it to be sent out. That's who it's from. There's the subject of your message. Now you can personalize this. If you click on this link here, it will come up and show you some of the different ways which you can personalize your message. So you can put full name, first name, and so on. So these are just some useful information that you can use. So you may want to say first name and then your subject. Then here you put in your message. Again, you can personalize it. I'd recommend that after you've put in your message, you click wrap long lines. What it will do is anything that's all the way over here will shrink down so that it's more likely to fit into somebody's web browser. And right down at the bottom, you can add a file, you can check to see how spammy it is, and you can track the click-throughs of your links. I'd always recommend switching this on, because then you can see how many people are clicking on your link and coming through to your website. Very, very useful statistics to know, because it enables you to know how successful your email marketing campaign is. And then once you're done, just save the message down here, and that's all you need to do. You can get a few messages on here. I mean, typically sort of 7 to 10 messages is good, but once you build a list, you can start marketing to them. So that's all you need to do to create an email marketing campaign on GetResponse.